You voted to cut the price of eggs, not for a $50,000 bill your family can't pay. You voted to cut the price of gas, not to have mom or dad thrown out of nursing home care. The MAGA murder budget is going to kill people. Millions will lose care they can't afford any other way. People with diabetes, kidney disease, cancer, Alzheimer's. You voted for a stronger economy, not to close over 300 hospitals in farm states. But Congress voted to put the burden on you, to put your family and your finances at risk. It's not about Republicans or Democrats now. It's about right and wrong. Tell your senator, this is wrong.
Picture this, a global stage where America is the punchline, friendships with allies are shattered, and strongmen are the new BFFs. The Lincoln Project's ad paints a wild, satirical picture of Trump's foreign policy debacles, and the fallout is jaw-dropping. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Remember those promises of America becoming the boss of the world again? Spoiler alert, it didn't go as planned. The Lincoln Project's new ad tears into Trump's foreign policy, and they don't hold back. With sharp humor and biting commentary, the ad paints a picture of an America less admired and more avoided. Their message is simple. Trump's America First slogan was really just America alone in disguise.
It's amazing. Some people still think Donald Trump knows how to negotiate, that he's a deal maker. But really, he's a chicken. Wall Street figured it out. Same trade every time. It's the taco trade, because Trump always chickens out. He talks a big game on tariffs, then backs down. Over and over. When Trump goes hard on something, just bet on the dip. Wait for Trump to blink, then cash in on the rebound. Every single time. Trump always chickens out. He's not a deal maker. He's not a negotiator. He's a taco.
Take NATO, for example. Instead of strengthening alliances, Trump stomped into meetings whining about dues like a grumpy country club member who didn't want to pay his bill. He insulted key allies, shoved the Montenegrin prime minister like they were lining up for Black Friday deals, and treated centuries-old alliances like they were optional group projects. Meanwhile, Russia, as the ad puts it, was grinning like a Cheshire cat that just ate a canary. And that's no surprise. Trump's bromance with Putin rarely missed a beat. Then there was the moment the world couldn't unsee, the infamous love affair with Kim Jong-un. Trump's public swooning over the North Korean dictator gave us plenty of awkward photo ops that, as the ad says, were weirder than his hair in a windstorm. While Trump boasted about the letters Kim sent him, North Korea was busy ramping up its weapons program. Who needs progress when you've got fan mail, right? And let's not forget Trump pulling the US out of major treaties like the Paris Climate Accord. While the world scrambled to address a global crisis, America was suddenly on the sidelines, waving its withdrawal papers like a bad Tinder date who ghosted mid-conversation. The Lincoln Project calls this out with ruthless precision, framing his moves not as strategy, but as ego-driven stunts that left the US looking more isolated than ever.
The luxurious mega-jet Trump accepted from an Islamic dictator allied with Iran wasn't just a gift. It's a sign, a for sale sign. It's not just corrupt, it's oligarchy. It's our entire system twisted to make the Trump family rich. You get higher prices, he gets rich. The bad guys get whatever they want. America is up for grabs. While you pay more for groceries, gas, and rent, he's cashing in favors from enemies of America.
Through satirical jabs and spotlighting the Sharpie matte blunders, their message becomes clear. Trump's foreign policy wasn't about making America great. It left it the unpopular kid everyone avoids at lunch. But if you think the Lincoln Project stopped there, they've got a warning that's even more chilling. A bold look at Trump's dystopian future under Project 2025. Imagine a world where even your most private health decisions aren't your own anymore.
President, your first 100 days has far exceeded that of any other presidency in this country. Since you've been your last 100 days, which saved, are you ready for this, media, 258 million lives.
They all hated me in my first term.
You've probably assembled the greatest cabinet ever.
No, they say I wear a lot of hats. Even my hat has a hat.
And Donald Trump is a con artist.
They kiss my ass.
Thank you.
It's true. They kiss my ass.
Thank you for that.
Women's rights, gone. Thinking about abortion, that's a crime. The Lincoln Project's ad dives into this dystopian nightmare, all tied to something called Project 2025, a roadmap cooked up by the Heritage Foundation and pushed by Trump's allies. And it's not just some mild political agenda, it's a full-on remake of America, especially when it comes to reproductive rights. The ad opens with a scene that could have been plucked out of a dark sci-fi movie, but hits way too close to home. A father and daughter pulled over during what appears to be a routine traffic stop. Things take a creepy turn fast. The officer isn't concerned about speeding or a broken taillight, but instead drills the young woman with invasive questions, spotting, cramps, nausea. It's not a medical checkup, it's surveillance. And as the officer points out, their crime is trying to cross state lines for an abortion. When the father argues, "We have the right to travel," the officer shuts him down with 3 chilling words: "Not anymore." Now, here's the thing. This isn't just some dramatic exaggeration. The ad connects its message to real-life policies being floated in conservative circles. Under Project 2025, a nationwide abortion ban, no exceptions, isn't just possible. It would be enforced by law enforcement, turning cops everywhere into reproductive gatekeepers. And if that doesn't sound dystopian enough, the Lincoln Project spices it up. Their tagline, "With Project 2025, a nationwide ban on abortion without exception is enforced by anyone with a badge."
Donald Trump said he had a plan. What happened? Stock market crashed, trillions of dollars lost, retirement accounts gutted, chaos. So Donald Trump backed down. Small businesses devastated. There's no plan, no grand strategy, just bad ideas that make the rich richer and hurt the rest of us. Inside traders on Wall Street made a fortune. But about the rest of us? Our retirement accounts are worth less than when Trump took office. Thousands of jobs down the drain. His chief trade advisor was in prison last year. Mortgage rates are up. The price of eggs skyrocketing. Retirement funds down. Republicans control Washington. It's not working.
It's so extreme it might even make The Handmaid's Tale look tame. The sheer paranoia the ad plays on feels ridiculous until, well, you remember the recent overturn of Roe v. Wade and the fights over state bans. The Lincoln Project asks a brutal question: how far are we willing to let this go? Because if this is the plan, it's hard to call it democracy anymore. It's a government that controls your travel, your body, and your choices. Chilling. And it leaves us with a big ask. Is this really the America people want? The Lincoln Project's ad isn't just satire, it's a flashlight pointing at the cracks in the foundation. It warns of the stakes ahead, where democracy teeters on the edge both globally and at home. Trump's tantrum over its viral success only underscores how close to the bone it cuts. But the bigger question isn't about his outrage, it's about ours. Do we want America first that leaves us dead last, or a future worth fighting for? The Lincoln Project dropped the hammer this time. The real question is, will voters bother picking it up before those cracks become impossible to fix?